DW's Time Trouble is a brilliant episode of Arthur. It's very creative, and it's also got a really important message in it. It's the first segment of the 7th episode of the 7th season, and it starts off with Arthur taking DW to the cinema or to the movie theatre to see a film, Doll Story 2, brilliantly titled. But when he gets there, he bumps into some of his friends, and they're going to see a film that's for slightly older children, and Arthur ends up buying tickets to that instead, and DW is very disgruntled that she had to sit through this, in her opinion, boring film when she wanted to see her film for younger children. And she decides, with Nadine's help, to go back in time to the time when Arthur was born. DW seems to think that her parents kind of bought Arthur, and that the reason they chose Arthur first is because he was on a discount, because he was a defective baby, if you like. Obviously, DW's not quite aware of where babies come from yet, but she goes back and changes it so that she was chosen first, and that she's the older sister and Arthur is the baby. Well, younger child. And I have to say, it's brilliant. The animation is fabulous. Just seeing DW and how they've kind of imagined her as being an 8-year-old, and seeing Arthur, not for the first time at this age, but seeing him roughly about 4 years old. I think he looks or comes across as a little bit younger than DW does, which I think is quite interesting, but certainly we see him as being much younger, and he's adorable. And what plays out is the same scenario of them going to the movie theatre, but DW realizes quite quickly, and this is the message of the episode, so I guess it's a tiny spoiler, but she realizes that yes, Arthur may make decisions that go against her wishes, and it's his prerogative as the older brother, but also being an older brother means that he's in charge. And there's this quote that I love from this, and she says, "It's good to have somebody older to help you." And I love that. And I think this is probably something a lot of siblings feel. I'm the oldest of three, and oldest by 10 years. So I've never had this experience, but I imagine being a younger sibling, if your older sibling's always getting to make decisions, or, getting their own way, or experiencing things that put you out of the way, you might think, I wish I was the older one. But then you realise that because your older sibling is older, they have more scary responsibilities, like looking after a 4-year-old. And I think that that's something that DW learns, and I rather enjoyed it. Also, seeing Nadine being 8 years old as well rather amused me. So I liked it. I think it's a really good episode, a really fun narrative, and it's a very fun way of delivering some food for thought for anybody who has older siblings. It's definitely an episode that I enjoyed.